To fix any problem, the most important thing is having the right tools, followed by experience. In this case, there's a floor-standing GREE non-inverter air conditioner that several mechanics tried to repair, but they couldn't fix it because of the tools they were using. Even if they had the experience, they weren't using the tools properly. So here's the outdoor unit, and I believe I managed to fix it due to the proper use of tools. Now, I have a PCB here for repair, and the issue is that its fuse was burned out very badly. Someone replaced the fuse, but there is still a problem after replacing it. Now I will show you the problem and why it came to us for repair. I'll connect the power, and you'll see that just a few seconds after powering it on, an E1 error appears. This is the reason the PCB came to us for repair, but there is no problem with it because the PCB is excellent. Now let me explain the issue, and I'll also tell you what mistake the technician made during the installation. These large units also have systems in place to monitor low pressure and high pressure. It is labeled as LPP, low pressure, and OVC, overcurrent. The LPP is for low pressure, and the OVC is for high pressure. Additionally, you can see that 2 optocouplers have been used, which allow the microcontroller to continuously sense whether both the high pressure and low pressure switches are off. If they turn off, the optocouplers will stop working, and as a result, the microcontroller will start giving errors and shut down. What's happening is that the unit does not have a low pressure switch installed, so it has been directly connected to neutral. However, for the high pressure, there is a switch available, but the installer is not installing it, which is causing the problem. So let's take a closer look at what mistakes the installer is making and how we can fix this issue so that the E1 error on the display goes away. Now, I've arrived on site and I'm going to install the PCB in this unit. I've started the installation, but I'm very aware that the technicians who worked on this before couldn't fix it. So while installing, I've paid close attention and checked everything to minimize the chances of making any mistakes. Now, the entire fitting is complete and it has been done very well. I've started the unit, and as you can see, the E1 error is still showing. Before we proceed further in the video, let me explain that whether it's a non-inverter air conditioner or an inverter air conditioner, if an E1 error occurs, it typically means there's an issue with the high pressure switch, which is causing the problem. Apart from this, there are other things that can cause an E1 error, so let me clarify those for you. After that, I'll explain what work I did to fix it and how it got resolved. Now I'll explain what faults can lead to the E1 error. One of the issues we've resolved today, but there are others to consider. If the outdoor unit's condenser becomes wholly blocked or dirty due to mud and dust and no air circulation, it can lead to a problem. This can cause high pressure, which may cause the high pressure switch to turn off. In addition, if the fan motor is running slowly or not at all, it can cause this problem. It's crucial to check these things. Usually the valves are open, but if for some reason a valve becomes partially or fully closed, whether it's the discharge pipe or the suction pipe, you can encounter issues. This can lead to high pressure, which will affect cooling and can cause the unit to display the E1 error repeatedly. Additionally, if the capillary tube gets blocked, that could also cause problems. Therefore, it's essential to check all these factors carefully. If we look at the next possible cause, there's a pressure switch here. If it malfunctions, it can also lead to problems. Usually, the points of this switch are closed, and you should have continuity. If it gets disconnected or opens up, you'll encounter the E1 error, and the unit will stop working. It won't function, so you should check this switch and repair it if there's a problem. Once you do that, your unit should return to a running position. Now I will check everything step by step. You can see that I've disconnected the wires from the switch, and I will check its continuity to see if it's functioning. Listen to the beeping sound. The switch is excellent. Additionally, I've checked the capacitor of the condenser fan motor. I also opened the valve to ensure it wasn't closed and checked the condenser to ensure it wasn't dirty. After checking all these things, I'm confident the unit is in good condition. The pressure switch is installed on the outdoor unit, and a wire connects it to the indoor unit. This wire enables the microcontroller to sense whether the pressure switch is functioning properly. Next, I opened a connector in the indoor unit. You can see that I added a jumper in this connector because there are 2 wires and we can check the continuity between them. Then, I went outside and opened the connector to check its continuity. When I checked the continuity, I found no continuity present, indicating that the wire was burnt out. But before replacing the wire, I decided to follow the wiring and check if there were any cuts or damages anywhere, because any breaks could also cause problems. After inspecting everything, I didn't see any damage. Then, I followed the pipe toward the inside, and at this point, I noticed a hole where the rats had chewed through all the wires. The fuse blew due to these wires short-circuiting with each other. So I found the complete issue here and removed the damaged wires. Since the wire was quite long, we pulled it inside, completely cut it, and connected it to the indoor unit. Now it's testing time, so I'll turn it on and check if the unit is functioning correctly. Previously, the E1 error would appear within seconds, but now it's showing 32 degrees Celsius. If we look at the fan motor, the blower motor has started running perfectly. Now I'll go to the outdoor unit to check if it's working correctly as well. As for the outdoor unit, I waited a maximum of 3 minutes, and after that, the unit started up entirely and began functioning correctly. This means everything is perfect because only the wires were cut, which caused the problem. If we hadn't had the multimeter today, we wouldn't have been able to diagnose or fix anything. Even if we had replaced the wire without checking, the problem would have persisted. But now everything is perfect. The fan is working, and the compressor is running. So thanks to the right tools, we were able to resolve everything successfully. Click on the left or right thumbnail to watch our next videos, and subscribe. Thank you.